we have a lot of speculation and facts building up together to lead to one clear thing, and that is that Mass Effect should be returning in 2020. Oh, and that HD remaster of an EA game is the Mass Effect Trilogy. Just don't expect that to launch on Switch, at least not at first. Taste. Bitter. Disappointing even. And it kind of reminds me of this Mass Effect news. Finally. 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 Today is the day I stop being called a lunatic. Today, November 7th, 2020 is the day I rolled out of bed. You can tell by the bed hair, it's all floppy. You can tell by the bags under my eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day after 10 months, count them up, 10 months of build-up, discussions, speculation, and leaks wondering where the heck this game was, and people doubting its very existence because BioWare should have announced it earlier. Today, we finally learn on N7 Day that the Mass Effect Trilogy Remaster is, in fact, real. Finally. Oh my god, I cannot emphasize that enough. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, people have doubted me for so long since we started speculating about this back in January. You can check out the video for yourself. That's where it really started for all of us here on this channel. And since then, it's really picked up with leaks and rumors. It's been crazy. And now we know the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, yes, they went with the not great name, honestly. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do Shepherd's Pie, but whatever, okay. But anyway, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is real, and it comes with a very neat package that I think a lot of people will be pleased with, but of course we're gonna have some questions at the end of the video that we are going to discuss. So there is a BioWare blog we'll be going through. I'll have that linked in the description down below. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. But for now, let's get to reading. It's tough keeping a big secret, and we really struggled to keep this one a surprise, you don't say. But now, it's official. Today we announced the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. We've heard for years your requests for a Mass Effect remaster. So we're super happy to finally reveal that we've been working on a remastered edition of the original trilogy. For many months now, our team at BioWare has been hard at work updating the textures, shaders, models, effects, and technical features of 3 enormous games. Our goal was not to remake or reimagine the original games, but to modernize the experience so that fans and new players can experience the original work in its best possible form. It's been amazing to see the adventures of Commander Shepard take on a new life in super sharp resolution, faster frame rates, and beautiful visual enhancements. As game developers, we always hope that our games will transcend their original platforms. Having the opportunity to remaster the trilogy means that the fruits of a decade of our work will live on and will be experienced better and cleaner than ever before. Okay, pause. Right there is kind of the bulk of the details that have been let out. Now, of course, you know me. I'll be on top of every snippet of information when it comes to the Mass Effect Trilogy Remaster, from interviews to any hints at what the gameplay may end up looking like in, say, a Mass Effect 1, because the key word here is they want to modernize things. Now, what exactly that means, I think, is most likely applied to Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 1 does not play all that well. It has a fantastic story. That is aged super well. But when it comes to the gameplay, as a cover shooter, it doesn't feel that good. You have to wonder how they're going to make some of the abilities in the game work, how they're going to have to feel. That is a game that really needs the Borderlands 1 Game of the Year Edition level of fine-tuning. Borderlands 1 felt alright on PC, but with Game of the Year Edition, there was just something that happened under the hood, and when I played that game for review, my god, it felt incredible. I don't know what it was. I still love going back to that game. There's something that feels so good about that game, so I'm really hoping that Mass Effect Legendary Edition brings something like that to the table when it comes to Mass Effect 1. But you'll note here that there's the mention of course, the up in resolution, the upping of frame rate, stuff that we generally expected. Some people, I think, will be let down by this, right? It is just general improvements across the board, and they do mention it's coming to PC, so the question now is asked is, will this be a free upgrade if they're not doing a crazy amount? How are they going to justify maybe us paying for this? We don't know things like, will Mass Effect 3's ending change? Will Mass Effect 1 be totally overhauled in a manner of speaking. Not remade, but overhauled systemically, because they really didn't even put a date on this, which we'll get into later on in this video. So it seems like they're still working on something, and for a remaster, just the way it's being handled and marketed and where it was leaked so many times, it seemed like the announcement just made sense because it's just a remaster, right? But I feel like between the leak messaging and now their messaging of like modernizing things, that there's more than what meets the eye here. But for now, what we do know is, of course, the up in frame rate, of course, the up in textures and resolution and shaders and all of that stuff. But when it comes to modernization, I think that Mass Effect 1 will benefit absolutely the most, maybe even Mass Effect 2, but I always felt like Mass Effect 3 played really well, but maybe they're going to bring some fine-tuning to that game as well. Mass Effect Legendary Edition will include single-player base content and DLC from Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 3, plus promo weapons, armors, and packs, all remastered and optimized for 4K Ultra HD. It will be available in spring 2021 for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC with forward compatibility and targeted enhancements on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. More information to come in the new year. Now, I imagine we might hear some more in like interviews, as I mentioned earlier. I think we'll get snippets of info on this game, but it may be until the new year that we actually see this in action, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's why I'm starting to believe that the Legendary Edition might be a little bit more than a traditional remaster. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to overhype it or oversell it, but the way that they're marketing it, usually remasters benefit most off nostalgia, and that means getting your hands on it as soon as possible because it's something people have experienced, so you don't want to have that window of time where they realize that, right? You want them just to go in and be like, I need to get this now, even if it's just $60 for better frame rate, right? On consoles. What's interesting is also the word choice here. The rumor was that the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer was being cut, which, screw that. Screw that. I need to emphasize that. Now that this thing is real, BioWare, if you're watching this, please find a way. Find a way to bring it back. I don't care about Apex Legends. It's a great game, but it doesn't get hurt by the existence of the Mass Effect multiplayer. Please, please find a way. I'm begging you. I'll try to pay for it myself. If you got, I got like 10 bucks. All right, please, come on. But yeah, it seems like from like the day one DLC that people had to pay for Mass Effect 3, I remember a woman at GameStop selling me on that one. It was 10 bucks. I was like, all right, fine, whatever, it's Mass Effect. But that was like the start of the day one DLC. That will be available in the package. Promo weapons will be in the package. Promo armor will be in the package. I have never played the Mass Effect 2 DLC, as I've shared multiple times on the channel. So I am really like hyped because a lot of you out there have been telling me how incredible it is. I'm beyond stoked to put my hands on that one. That is like the most anticipated part of the package for me. Also, I just invested in a new TV for the new generation of consoles, and so to see that it's 4K Ultra HD, I'm excited about this, man. For those of you who don't know, Matty fun fact here, I've been gaming on 1080p since like 2012, 2013. Like it's been since high school, and I am like out of college now and into a full-time career. I'm so excited to upgrade my whole setup, but I think 4K is gonna blow my mind with this new set of consoles and stuff. So I'm really genuinely excited about that, and seeing that this game supports the 4K stuff, for me, man, that's hype. That's hype, okay? Now, surprisingly, BioWare also confirmed something I did not expect, which is a new Mass Effect game. They wrote, meanwhile, here at BioWare, a veteran team has been hard at work envisioning the next chapter of the Mass Effect universe. We are in early stages on the project and can't say any more just yet, but we're looking forward to sharing our vision for where we'll be going next. Oh my God. Why? I'm sure that's not the reaction people expected, but why? Why so early? Why are you revealing this so early? Did we not just see what Dragon Age 4 looked like? It is in the prototype of prototype phases. So if that's the case and that's their next game, then oh my God, Mass Effect 4 may be just words on a paper. And so it's exciting, hey, new Mass Effect game exists. It's great, it's not on ice anymore, that they are going to continue it, and that most likely means it'll be a next-gen RPG. That's all exciting, but dude, it is so far out, and to see them continuing this Dragon Age, and then Mass Effect pattern, and then apparently they're overhauling Anthem somehow. I mean, I don't know how many people are on that team, but somehow they're still apparently doing that with a post they shared on Anthem 2.0. You know, I gotta ask, right? There were rumors of a KOTOR remaster / remake that's been on and off. What's going on with that? I mean, I know obviously I will try to put my fanboyism for KOTOR aside for just a moment and speak objectively and saying, doesn't BioWare want to do something kind of refreshing? Like, it's been since 2003 they touched Knights of the Old Republic, right? But they've gone on and off with Mass Effect and Dragon Age for the better part of like more than a decade. Like, come on, man. Like, it's time. It's time to change it up. I'm just a little surprised that they're also going on to a new Mass Effect game, whenever that is. But here's what they do. Now people are going to ask questions every interview, every single conversation. Where's the new Mass Effect? How's it doing? And it's going to lead to, you guessed it, probably EA Play 2021, another drip feed trailer of prototype stuff for Mass Effect. Like, hey, it's coming in like 4 years. I don't like how BioWare handles their announcements. There is a degree of letting us know, hey, this is what we're working on as a team, just so you know you have a heads up. But, my God, they just do it so early. It's obviously not the end of the world. I'm not going to complain. I want more Mass Effect. Am I super confident in more Mass Effect? Not really, because of course, Andromeda. We don't know if they're going to bring us to Andromeda 2. Like, I don't know what else you could call it. We don't know if they're going to do Mass Effect 4. We don't know if they're going to try to kind of soft reboot it in a way. Again, I don't know. But I don't have extreme confidence in a new Mass Effect. That's why I'm excited for Legendary Edition, where it's like, okay, this is something we know is very good. And I find it very strange that maybe they have the opportunity to change things that people really don't like about Mass Effect. And that's stuff like the ending for 3. They might just leave that on the table. Like, this is your chance to change something like that. I don't know if it's effort, because you have to consider all past choices and what they would do for a new ending for the trilogy. But it's just one of those things where it has my mind spinning on development choices like that, especially if they're taking so long with this. But we'll see, right? We'll see how it goes, how details roll out on a more official capacity over time, and we actually see gameplay. That'll all be very exciting. But for now, we've got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It is real. We can rejoice in that. We don't have to worry about these weird sites leaking it and box art and all of this crazy stuff. It is legit. So we can rejoice in that, Mass Effect fans. And thank you for joining me on this journey. And hopefully we continue this journey together. Like I said, I'll be on top of all the information leading up to launch. I'll be playing it at launch. I'll be talking about it after launch. So this is your Mass Effect hub. You are in a safe Mass Effect area here. I love it with all my heart. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I pass off the conversation to you. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, as well as a new Mass Effect game. That was kind of a surprise. So let me know what you're thinking, and with that, I'll talk to you all soon. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. Big thank you to all of the patrons and members who continue to push the limits of the channel here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.